Coming up on Bull Run, the competition heats up. Teams begin to crack under pressure. Some turn on each other. Feel the tension.
I made a mistake.
Those who can't stand the heat face a long journey home. We have 12 teams of 2 drivers ready to compete in the ultimate test of man and machine. Ahead of them is a 4,000-mile test navigating some of America's toughest roads and attempting some insane challenges. After 21 days, the winner will emerge, claiming $200,000 worth of prizes and the all-important Bull Run trophy. This is Bull Run. Let's get it on. Last time on Bull Run, Team Challenger resorts to shock tactics. 3 teams battled it out in the most dangerous challenge yet. And it was the end of the line for one more team.
That was one piss-poor performance. Team Mustang, you're going home.
Morning, Bull Runners.
Morning.
We're halfway through the rally. You haven't noticed? Teams are dropping off like flies. And what I see before me are 7 very confident teams. But who's going to make it to the end? Who's going to claim the ultimate automotive prize of the Bull Run crown? Now, yesterday, during the challenge, we sent someone home, based solely on their inability to compete. As sure as I'm standing here in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you that if you don't give 1,000% towards winning Bull Run, your ass is going to be headed home. Now, before we move on to today's leg, let's talk a little bit about your rides. Team Hemikuda, how's the car doing after that challenge?
Everything's good. It looks a little ugly on the front, but steering wheel straight, drives good.
Team BMW, any ill effects of that spin during the challenge?
No, we're doing good. Car's fine.
Beautiful. Let's get to it. Teams, it's time to drive. At select locations, there's an immunity card. If you are the team that reaches that location first, you are exempt from being thrown into the challenge. Your first checkpoint today is the High Desert State Prison. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
We've been the underdogs from day one. We were the underdogs before we even got out here. Thank you, ladies. Guess what? The underdogs got a big bite.
As the field narrows down, there's only 7 teams left.
Thank you.
At some point, everybody's going to have to just look out for number 1.
Susanville, it's right there.
As far as alliances, there's none. You pretty much have to watch your own back. At this point, we don't really trust anybody.
I think we might have proven that we are a force to be reckoned with. Hey, ladies. Thank you. 6th leg Bull Run, and we are still here.
You can't show pity, you can't show fear. This game, you got to kick them when they're down and just keep on kicking them until they're out.
Out of the first 6 legs, we've had immunity 5 times.
Hey, guys.
And it's working well. But pretty soon, we're going to have to bypass immunity and go for first. The fear is if we don't get first and we get second, we definitely know we're getting in the challenge.
That's easy to get to. Yeah.
Susanville, that's up.
Most of the teams are pretty worried about us, and they likely should be. They know we can win it, and that's what we're here to do.
The teams hit the road and make their way toward checkpoint 1. With fewer cars, the Bull Runners know they can't hide in the middle of the pack anymore.
Out of all the teams here, us and Team Lambo are the only two teams that have not gone into a challenge yet. So we both have crosshairs on our back. We've had plenty of opportunities to be thrown into a challenge, and nobody's taken the opportunity. So we're just eating that up. We can't really figure out if people aren't taking us serious or if we've just played the game good enough that everybody thinks that we're nice and friendly.
As much as I like those guys, you know, I got no problem with it. That pisses me off that they haven't been in one single challenge.
If we had an opportunity to throw somebody in the challenge, it's either going to be Team Lambo or Team NSX, because those guys, we haven't seen them in a challenge yet. They're skating under the radar all the way through. I mean, we're halfway through the game at this point, and they haven't been tested once.
It just makes me mad.
While Team Challenger gets angry and pushes ahead, Team BMW is so confident they treat themselves to an early lunch.
We made a quick stop at In-N-Out.
I see In-N-Out.
We were real hungry. It might have slowed us down a little bit.
We were hungry, and we haven't had that in a while. I want a large.
Can I get a number 1 with no cheese and no tomatoes?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We had an advantage because our car gets better gas mileage than most of the cars out here.
Hey, can we get a couple of those hats?
So we weren't planning on stopping for gas at all today.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So instead we stopped for lunch.
Here's the fly. Here's the fly.
With full stomachs, Team BMW joins the remaining Bull Runners, making a beeline to Susanville. On the highway, Team Hemikuda's having some serious car trouble.
We were approaching the first checkpoint on leg 6. The car started acting up with the gas. We've had problems with gas almost the whole race. Basically, we have water in the gas. The car was spitting and sputtering and things like that, so we kind of missed the turn right there because we were kind of worried about our gas.
With 395, do we go or not? Huh?
It just makes you feel frustrated.
Tell me.
Trying to rush and do things and get things done, but you can't.
That was the way.
The car just spits and sputters, especially when it gets low. When it gets low, there's less gas and there's more water, so eventually it just completely quit. Luckily, it quit in town. It's acting up like it's out of gas or something.
That'll be too straight.
I've been adding all kinds of anti-water stuff in there the whole time. But now it's not even, it just completely quit.
Are you done?
Can't hear you.
Cars are passing us.
Coming up on Bull Run, some teams are desperate.
Great.
And some teams begin to lose the plot.
I don't know if this is right.
Some are at each other's throats.
Let me drive.
And tempers start to boil over.
You already gave me information on all day.
Those who can't stand the heat,
Time to hit the road.
face a long ride home. All the teams are closing in on the first checkpoint. But with water in their gas tank and a flat battery, Team Hemikuda's going nowhere fast.
Just let us sit for a while.
When the car won't start, you can't do anything about it. Luckily, it quit right next to a parts store. They were real helpful. Battery.
225.
Just the best price you can get it, ring it up, and we got to go. We're kind of in a hurry. All right, look.
Checkpoints on Lake 6 are pretty easy. The first one was the High Plains Prison. We actually found it on one of our maps.
Oh, look at that. High Desert State Prison.
Nice job.
But turned out it wasn't even hard to find as it was. There were signs everywhere for it, so we pulled right in.
High Desert State Prison. Boom. Good eyes, buddy.
Canby, California. Canby, California.
We're off. Seatbelt, kids, for safety.
Stay in school.
Meanwhile, back in town, Team Hemikuda is about to take a drastic measure to release the water in their gas tank.
We finally decided just to punch a hole in the side of the gas tank or drill a hole in the side of the gas tank. So we did that and drained all the water out of it, and it was quite an ordeal to do that.
That's it. That's great.
Yeah, it's not good to let gas out on the ground, but we're just letting a little bit of a quarter gallon or something like that out, just to try to get the water out of it. Yeah, the parts store in Susanville where we broke down is they actually gave us a ride to the gas station to get some new gas.
There you go. Hope you guys make it.
The parts store was real helpful with that.
The key to fixing your car right is, of course, finishing the job. If the Hemi Cuda continues like this, they just might blaze a trail to the checkpoint. Literally. Meanwhile, Team BMW takes advantage of their big, non-leaking fuel tank.
There's Lambo. They ask you directions.
By overtaking a stationary Lambo.
That's where the checkpoint was.
BMW passed. Huh? BMW passed. The first checkpoint was harder to find. It said Susanville. It was actually in a town called Johnsonville.
I don't know if this is right. Oh, man. We're in Johnsonville, dude. I don't think we're in Johnsonville. I think we need to go back, dude.
Being about 4 miles out, we didn't even notice the street sign, and we were actually luckily rolling with Hummer and BMW, and Hummer called back to us and definitely helped us out a lot.
Lambo, Hummer, come in.
Yeah. Answer what? What's up?
You see that sign that said stay present to the right?
Did you see it?
Affirmative. Running around.
So he called out the signs, we turned around, we bolted to the first checkpoint.
You're supposed to be driving, you should be looking.
I didn't even see it.
No, but you should be looking.
So actually, Hummer saved us about 20 minutes.
Saved us a ton of time.
We would have been really screwed if we weren't running with them that day.
Thanks for the shout out.
You got it.
Alliances, I don't think anything could be called a straight alliance thus far.
If we get in front of you, we can help you out.
Why the you just tell people?
I don't know.
Dude, you're dumb.
They're cool.
The game's getting serious. Now it's a 1 out of 7 chance of winning the grand prize.
Dude, you're dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Think about it. Was it?
Dude, did they help? No, they're helping us.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't care. They're helping us. They could have just said screw you.
What it is right now, people are playing the cat and mouse game.
High desert escape route.
To see how they can take the advantage.
Beat out into that car.
Over each contestant that is left.
Go around.
At the first checkpoint, everybody got stuck in there, and the Lexus girls were there too.
See, look, now you're stuck.
Got it before Lambo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming up on Bull Run, when you pick a route,
Everybody else went the other way.
you have to live with the consequences.
I hope you're right, Jules.
Making even a small mistake could cost you the competition.
I promise I didn't try to break the law.
Those who don't make the grade
Time to hit the road.
will be out for good. In Susanville, Team Hemi Cuda realized they need to finish the emergency repairs after drilling a hole in their gas tank.
Off to the state prison, checkpoint 1.
Well, we helped BMW
And Lambo.
On checkpoint 2. We pretty much tailed each other probably for the next 125 miles.
Whatever I do, stay on my ass.
Copy.
Put light on left.
The way you came in, I don't know. You drove in.
You're a navigator.
Dude,
I'm just
you
driver. Shut up, dude. I'm just driver. You tell me where to go.
Let me drive.
Right here?
Yes.
As we pulled up to the intersection, we were kind of confused on which way to go.
Just go whenever you can.
The Lexus girls made a left, and we made a right.
I can't see.
Pull forward, go.
They took a right. We just went with Emily's gut and went to the left.
They're going left.
Okay, well, go this way.
From then on in, it was Lambo, Hummer, and us the rest of the way.
We knew our route was shorter and a little bit slower, and that their route was faster by about 5 miles an hour, but yet it was about 15 miles longer.
It was a little out of the way, but we did not have to go through town or backtrack through the mountains.
Everybody else went the other way.
I'm not worried about what everybody else.
I know, I'm just saying.
We were heading north.
Make sure we're going the right way.
You were heading north.
Okay.
I'm the driver.
You can't drive because you can't even pay attention. You don't read signs.
You're the navigator. I'm just the driver.
Give me an apology.
That's all right.
Okay.
Taking a different route, Team Challenger gambles on a shortcut, and even though it's on the map, they have no idea where it ends.
Saw the shortcut on the map. We were thinking NSX probably wouldn't do it. Lambo wouldn't do it. Lexus wouldn't do it. We figured the only one would probably be Hummer. But again, he'd have to have the map too.
Boom! I hope nobody goes this way.
Just a gravel road, one lane, and we took a shot for it.
It is a little scary, is it not?
Yes, it is.
I hope you're right, Jules.
So do I, brother.
It was kind of a gamble because you never know with a dirt road.
Well, you know what? We're here to play the game, we're here to gamble. It's up. Come on, 139, where are you?
This is worse than some of the challenges.
Yeah.
It popped us right out north of town, and so we made up some time on everybody there.
39's north. Nailed it, dude.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, Canby, California. Here we come.
As the Bull Runners make some serious headway, Bill in the Lambo is still not sure he's on the fastest path.
Did anybody else know the shortcut for the prison here? Because we couldn't figure it out in time.
The shortcut? I bet you there was. Wow. Look at that. Holy
Clear. Yo, clear.
It's clear so far. Go ahead, BMW. We'll shut down if a car comes around.
Clear.
Truck coming around the bend.
Thanks for that feedback. That really helps me back here.
Does BMW want to think that my
Brother, he's falling asleep.
Go ahead, Jay. Okay, here we go. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out back there, relaxing on cool while shooting some b-ball outside the schools and a couple of guys who were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight, my mom got scared. Started moving with the auntie and uncle and Bel-Air. Nice.
As the teams close in on checkpoint 2, it's clear that Team Lexus has overshot the mark.
We passed where a little town area was looking, and we started getting to more fields and open area and just like cow farms. So we figured we'd turn around and go back. Maybe they were sitting in that town there. We slowed down, and there was a guy behind us.
I didn't see him though.
We had slowed down to look, and we tried to flip a U-turn, and he tried to pass us on the double yellow line. He actually almost T-boned us in the middle of the street. He passed on the double yellow. And he actually ran us into the ditch.
Am I stuck now? I don't know. Holy.
And we had no traction. We were just spinning in the dirt.
Get out, look. Hurry up.
I'm trying. Driver's side rear tire was up off the ground.
Wheels off the ground. I can't pop the trunk.
So I actually tried to hop in the trunk to put a little weight on it, but I don't weigh enough for it to be useful. So we had to have the guy in the van push down on it, and he helped us get out of the ditch.
Thank you. Get in. Thank you. Sorry.
The guy should not have done that on the double yellow.
With the Lexus back on the road, Team Hummer proves that there's a big advantage to rolling in a convoy.
Is that a truck right there? There it is.
We would have totally missed that checkpoint truck if it wasn't for the Hummer.
Look out to your left. Way to your left.
What?
We're going to turn around and check it out.
Lambo and us, we passed it, and the Hummer, we saw him turn around. It was pretty hidden. So if it wasn't for the Hummer, who knows how long we would have taken in that town.
That's it.
That's it.
I think helping Lambo and BMW out was a good strategic move at this point in the game.
Guys.
Thank you, sir.
Where's the next checkpoint?
Lakeview, Oregon.
Thank you.
Coming up on Bull Run in Lakeview.
I promise I didn't try to break the law.
It's every man, woman, and team for themselves.
Pass it, Hummer. Don't tell me that, jackass.
It's do or die.
If we don't get the immunity, we're screwed.
To stay in the competition.
I made a mistake, okay?
And those who fall short
Time to hit the road.
will be out for good. As the rest of the Bull Runners make their way to checkpoint 3 at Lakeview Drag Strip, Team Hemikuda is making up ground after a disastrous start. With their fuel problem fixed and their car now running smoothly, Julia decides on a driver change at checkpoint 2.
He kept nipping at me about stuff, and I was like, well, you should just let me drive. I'm driving. We switched, and I drove till the finish.
With a change of seats, it's obvious that the Kuda's Iceman has a fatal flaw. He can't read a map. teams roll into Lakeview, it becomes apparent that the town is crawling with cops. The teams use extra caution.
We're in Lakeview right now.
Lambo split from us towards the end to get the immunity.
I pull you over. They pull me over.
That's Team Woo. That's their MO.
Hello? Yeah. We need to get into the checkpoint. We're not speeding. We're not breaking any laws, I promise.
I wonder who they got pulled over.
I promise I didn't break the law, or I didn't try to break the law. He slowed down to 15 miles an hour and we went around.
You went around on the right, was it at an intersection?
I don't know if
There was a business on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it was a business on the left-hand side. He was going really, really slow.
BMW and Hummer leave the Lambo behind. The Alliance seems to be wearing thin.
Can I pass it, Hummer? Don't tell me that. Should I pass it?
Yeah, that's affirmative. Turn around.
All right.
We already gave him information on day, dude. I was a little upset. You know, like the guy.
I made a mistake, okay? I understand.
I didn't know if we was gonna square off or not.
I'll be right with you. If you could please hurry, sir.
Team Lambo's misfortune seems to be NSX's gain. The boys are keen to show their support.
If we don't get the immunity, we're screwed.
Telling opponents you're trying to get immunity isn't always the best idea. Team NSX changed their game plan and decided to go for it also.
Let's go. Let's go.
Do you know where the Hunter Hot Springs are?
What's the thing? What's checkpoint called?
Hot Springs. Desert Hot Springs.
Huh?
Hunter Hot Springs.
I don't suppose you'd want to take us there.
Thank you.
Only one team can get immunity. Somebody's gonna have to come back empty-handed.
Once Julia started driving, we're going down the road and I saw a bunch of long straightaways, so I said, let's just practice a little bit of driving, 0 to 60 times and stuff like that.
That was fun.
Okay, ready? Go. When you're doing a real fast start, you just let the gas out just a little bit, floor it, and then let the clutch, pop the clutch, and that's how you do it.
If you don't let it all the way out, then it'll smoke.
Yeah, so if we're in a challenge, you know what to do. You got to hit the gas.
Yep.
As the sun sets over Lakeview, the Bull Runners make their way to the final checkpoint to lock in their time. Some know they gave it their all. But for 3 of the teams, tomorrow brings a battle for survival. They'll be forced to put their driving skills to the test and be faced with a long journey home should they fail in the challenge. No one will be sleeping well tonight. Coming up on Bull Run, it's judgment time. On to the 3 teams in today's challenge. When thrown into the challenge, in last place it's do or die. Time to hit the road. And when it's all over, right now, it's hard to kiss all your dreams goodbye. Well, good morning, Bull Runners.
Good morning.
Welcome to Lakeview, Oregon. Now, before we get started with today's festivities, let's talk a little bit about yesterday's drive. Mammy Kuda, what can you tell me about yesterday?
We got water in the gas, we completely quit running, would not start, so we decided to drill a hole in the side of the gas tank and the bottom of the tank and drain, completely fix the problem. So we were back on the road.
Team BMW took a huge set of cojones to stop at your In-N-Out burger to get your favorite little sandwich, man. Now, I can honestly say that's the first time on this rally that anyone's done that.
We were starving, and we haven't seen it In-N-Out in weeks.
You may not see another one for a long time. In first place, after yesterday's driving leg, with a time of 5 hours and 4 minutes, is Team Challenger. Oh. Yes. Another great drive, guys. Way to go. Thank you. Come on over. Not only are you safe, but you win the Black Magic detail. You get to sit on the side and watch the carnage. On to the 3 teams in today's challenge. In last place, with a time of 7 hours and 24 minutes, is Team Hemikuda. That beast let you down a little bit yesterday. I have full confidence that you're back and running, and you're raring to go.
Yep.
It's going to take another great performance, because you never know how the other cars are going to do. How do you feel about today's challenge?
Pretty confident. I think we'll do good.
Looks like yet again you're going to have to drive yourselves out of trouble. Joining Team Hemikuda in the challenge, in second to last place, with a time of 5 hours and 59 minutes. Is Team Lexus. Now, we've heard this entire rally about your driving prowess. Also, we've heard about how good of navigators you were. What happened, ladies?
First of all, I haven't been talking up my driving skills to anybody.
Cameras don't lie, baby doll.
Okay, well, we'll find out, but
we will find out.
Talking out my driving skills.
We'll find out today.
That's right.
Cool. I can't wait to see it. Today's executioner will be Team Challenger. For the third team in today's challenge, who's it gonna be?
Of course, we're going to pick Team Lambo.
Team Lambo got a drag strip and got one fast damn car. How do you feel about the challenge?
You know, this would be an ideal challenge, but it's a strategic game, and we love playing the sweet sound.
Let me guess.
Of immunity.
Team Lambo's serious. Immunity played once again.
Your next challenger.
That's twice.
Okay, Team Challenger. You made one enemy. Why not two? Who's it gonna be?
Well, it's a tough call, but other than Lambo, there's only one other team here that hasn't been tested in a challenge. So we're gonna pick Team NSX.
He's right, guys. Haven't seen you in a while. And actually, I'm pretty excited to see that thing go down this drag strip. Team Challenger, was it a hard decision to throw your buddies in?
Well, it wasn't an easy choice, but, you know, you got to play strategy. And if we're working our way through the game, then we feel everybody else should have to work their way through it, too.
You think Team NSX has an advantage on this thing?
I think they definitely do. I mean, that's, you know, hopefully they come out on top if they want to stay here.
Was part of your decision to throw them in to eliminate one of the other teams?
It could have been, yeah.
Could have been?
It could have been.
After their problems on the road, Team Hemikuda rolls in last. Joining them due to a combination of poor driving and navigation, Team Lexus. For the first time, Team NSX finds themselves in the challenge, as their so-called buddies Team Challenger demand to see what they're made of. Today's challenge is Switchblade. To succeed in Switchblade, the teams must tear out of the starting block of our quarter-mile drag strip, weaving around the slalom poles as quickly as possible. They must round each pole cleanly without making any contact. Negotiating the barrels and the water jet, the drivers must turn their cars 180 degrees and reverse through the designated course. Smash through the glass and head to the stop box. Once coming to a complete stop, the drivers switch seats for the return journey. The drivers must put the pedal to the metal and retrace the course, leaving every pole standing. Speed and driving skill will be tested to the limit. Too much speed, you'll lose control. When the second driver rounds all the designated poles safely and reaches the finish box, the clock stops. Fastest time wins. Let's get it on. Coming up on Bullrun.
Go with the flow. Where's my keys at?
Do I look nervous?
When pushing it to the limit,
You weren't supposed to hit it, goddammit.
It's make or break.
Not moving. They're not moving.
And when it's all over,
She's doing good. Look at her. She's driving.
will the fat lady sing? Time to hit the road. Right now.
We're going to start with the wheel cleaner. Just spray it on and let it sit. I want you guys to tell me why you picked the NSX to go in that challenge.
We didn't feel like anybody should be able to coast their way all the way through. On top of that, we tried to put Woo in there, and of course they had the immunity, so.
All I'm doing right now is just wiping this stuff right off before I give it a quick rinse. And then all I'm going to do is just buff it right off. Nice and shiny. I'll finish your car. You guys go do what you got to do to stay in this game.
Appreciate it.
Battling it out in Switchblade, Team Hemi Cuda, Team NSX, and Team Lexus. But of course, you can't start a Lexus race without some drama.
Where's my keys at? I don't want to talk.
Pretty standard Lexus drama here.
I want my keys.
Where do we stash all the keys? Let's look for the keys.
First of all, everybody's looking for the Lexus keys that Tracy hid. The flag girls are over here giving us a little bit of comic relief.
Oh, they got the keys. They got the keys. I think the Lexus ladies hid their keys so they have a built-in excuse. She can say, I was frazzled, so I couldn't drive real well.
So we're a little stressed right now, but we'll be all right. We'll make it through. So we'll see how it goes.
Didn't I tell people not to move the seat? I mean, damn, man. Don't listen.
I think Tracy's gonna go first, and then I'm gonna hop in the driver's seat, and we'll take it from there.
While the remaining Bull Runners contain their excitement, Team Lexus reluctantly faces up to the challenge ahead.
It's gonna be so excited. I'm so happy. I can't wait. Lexus is not going home.
Got my butt support, my back support, booster seat. Good to go.
3, 2, 1.
Do what I did, okay?
She's driving cleaner. Everybody drive better than Tracy. Oh, she didn't know which one to go.
You weren't supposed to hit it, goddammit. It was all right. I got a little loose around the thing and hit the pole, but what are you gonna do?
I'm just glad I could reach the pedals and get through the course. So that was my biggest concern, and I didn't even see flames, honestly. I heard a bang or a pop, because everything at that point is just going so fast, and you're just, like, you have your eyes set on the cone, or the poles, and just weaving through, and that's the only thing I was concerned about.
Were we supposed to go around that last one?
I don't know. Maybe.
When we get down, we're switching drivers and I'm driving back. So, I'm ready. I think the reverse part will be the tricky part, but my dad is doing that part, so he should be get it good.
It's not a real fast course. That doesn't look like. It's just going to have to be precision driving.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Can't change anything.
Man, I'm good.
Just go with the flow.
3, 2, 1, go!
back up through that course.
Don't hit that. Okay, go on. Hit that glass. Go on.
She's driving.
You're good. Right there.
She's doing good. Look at her.
Slow down.
She's got it.
It went good. We went for some more glass. That was fun. Around the poles. It's good.
Julia can drive. She did it.
Glad I didn't stall it.
Yeah. Did real good.
She's awesome. She is off the chain.
I could have swore that was him driving back, too.
It looked like it. It's just as quick.
She can drive this car. See there?
No, I'm not nervous at all. I'm just ready to go.
My head barely fits out the door. Yeah, we're gonna pretty much dominate this. Feeling pretty confident.
Well, I just found out there's a crack across my windshield that wasn't there this afternoon. That kind of sucks, right in the middle of my vision.
Is it bad if you're not nervous at all? Well, I'm not nervous. Do I look nervous?
Ugly. Dude, that was really good. Better.
The glass.
Now we're doing a driver swap.
Come on, boys. They're not moving. They're not moving.
Got it right in there.
That was a broken run.
Nice job. Perfect.
It is.
Oh man, it was cake. Look at it, we didn't even knock one down. We nailed every one of them.
First challenge out of the way and we did that good. You can't complain at all.
Felt good.
Coming up on Bull Run, winner of Switchblade. Our 3 teams give it their all. But whose skill fell short? And will their dreams come crashing down? Time to hit the road. Right now.
On an all-new Bull Run, speed and driving skills are not enough.
Go, go, go.
To win $200 grand in cash and prizes.
You guys better watch your backs.
Bull Run, one hell of a ride. All new, April 8th, 10 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Speed.
Well done. First challenge where we have both team members behind the wheel, and there were some impressive performances. How do you think you guys did? Team Hemikuda.
Real good. Julia, I think she did a good job.
Team Lexus.
It was a little slippery heading. I think we got a little sideways on the way up, but on the way back down, getting over the glass was a little slick as well. But I think we did all right.
Team NSX.
We finally got to be on pavement, and I think the car handled just like it was supposed to.
Now the winning team will be safe, and we'll move on to the final 6. The winner of Switchblade, with a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds, is Team NSX. Way to go, guys. You were thrown in the challenge and you did a great job.
Thank you.
Join the other safe teams. Now, Team Challenger, how do you feel about their performance?
Well, they had to be tested, so we threw them in, and they did a great job. I commend them. Good job, guys.
You think they're gunning for you?
I don't know. That's up to them, I guess.
Team NSX?
Well, we knew we had to go into a challenge eventually. If we were in their shoes, we probably would have done the same thing.
Fair enough. Now it's down to Team Hemikuda and Team Lexus. Unfortunately, tonight is the end of the line for one of you two teams. Team Lexus, hit a couple course markers. Definitely ain't gonna help your time. Team Hemikuda had a little problem with reverse. Cost you valuable time. Team Hemikuda, you completed the challenge in a time of 1 minute and 39 seconds. Team Lexus, you completed the challenge in a time of 1 minute and 42 seconds. Sorry, ladies. It's time to hit the road. Right now. Please.
We had a little bit of a rough start. She pushed it a little too much, I think, and got a little squirrely on one of the turns, and then ended up hitting one of the poles. I dropped the ball, and you know, we missed the marker. That's, I think, what ultimately cost us is those 2 markers.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't think we have anything to be ashamed of.
To have made it as far as we did, you know, we're thrilled.
I did want to win. Of course, I would have loved to. We would have loved to make it to the end. I'm really upset. But what are you gonna do?
Team Hemikuda, 12 teams started this rally, and we're down to the final 6. Time to put all the BS aside, ladies and gentlemen. Who's got the guts to push it to the end? Who's gonna rise to the top? Because at the end of the day, there can only be one Bull Run champion. Sleep well, ladies and gentlemen.
Next time on Bull Run, the competition gets fierce. As the Bull Runners change tactics,
Hunters have now been turned into the prey.
They're going to lead us right to all the checkpoints.
The checkpoints get tougher to find.
This is a wild goose chase.
And the teams feel the long arm of the law.
Gotta be kidding.
For one team, the journey's about to end.